The engine hummed under my hands. I pressed the brake. Nothing happened. My fingers tightened on the steering wheel. The dashboard clock read 6:42 p.m. Rain pelted the windshield at 40 miles per hour. Water streamed down the wipers. I smelled Martha's perfume from her scarf in the passenger seat. My hand shook. I closed my eyes. George, are you sure you want to go through this tonight? David Reynolds' voice crackled through the Bluetooth. Yes, I replied. 70 years. It's my birthday. I want to do this. He sighed. All right, but watch every detail. She'll be watching too. The restaurant loomed ahead. The Marlowe Bistro. Built in 1962. 3 blocks from the corner. Yellow lights reflected on wet asphalt. I parked 20 feet from the valet. Feet wet from puddles. Umbrella open. 30 seconds from door to denial. I stepped out. The leather soles of my shoes squeaked. My coat absorbed raindrops at 5.3 ounces per square inch. I carried the reservation card in my hand. Navy blue. Embossed in gold. Slightly bent corners. A subtle weight. I noticed the hostess clipboard. She smiled, a sharp line. Good evening, Mr. Whitman. I'm sorry, but we don't have a table available, she said. I froze. My eyes caught Karen. 45 years old. Smiling, standing near the valet. It's just for fun, Dad. Don't worry, she whispered. I noticed Emma in the back seat, 12 years old, watching silently. My breath caught. I could hear the rain hitting the umbrella at 85 drops per minute. I stepped closer. I have a reservation, I said, voice steady. She shook her head. I'm sorry. Your daughter called. She warned us you might make a scene. My fingers closed on the card. I just came to celebrate my birthday. 70 years. 1 table. The air left my lungs. I felt the scarf. Martha's perfume, lavender and vanilla, exactly how she wore it 5 years ago. My hands trembled. I looked down at the reservation card. 4 digits on the confirmation, 7-0-2-1. I could still remember the day Martha booked it. David whispered again. Remember, George. Every step counts. 30 seconds from denial to your next move. I nodded. The hostess checked her watch. 6:55 p.m. A man at the entrance muttered. 70 years old and already wet. Poor planning. My stomach tightened. I glanced at Karen. Her laugh carried over the puddles. Dad, you really think you can sit? She tilted her head, eyes glinting. I held the card, calculating $45,000 spent for Emma's tuition over 2 years, every deposit recorded, unnoticed. My jaw tightened. I remembered Martha's words. Always sit with dignity, no matter the table. My hands shook. 2 breaths. I inhaled sharply. The rain soaked my coat, 3 inches of water running down the collar. You'll see, I whispered to myself. 70 years. Today. The hostess hesitated, glanced at the card. I think there might be a table, she murmured. Karen's eyebrows lifted, her mouth forming a thin line. I stepped inside. Emma followed, whispering, Grandpa. I smiled faintly. It's okay, Emma. Just wait. A waiter approached. Mr. Whitman, this table, right? 7:03 p.m. David whispered from the side. Now. My eyes met Karen's. I let the card slide from my fingers, setting it on the table. Your father has always been prepared, David murmured. And I realized she had never noticed that I had quietly managed every tuition payment. Exactly $45,000 over 24 months. It was nearly 6:58 when I walked down the wet street from the Marlowe Bistro. Rain slid down my coat. My umbrella dripped onto the curb. I could still smell Martha's perfume on my scarf. My hand shook. I held Emma's small mitten in my pocket. Grandpa, will she let us in? Emma whispered. Patience, I said. Just a few more steps. Cars splashed water onto the sidewalks. 35 vehicles passed in 10 minutes. Neon signs reflected off puddles, casting orange light on the wet asphalt. I stopped at the corner, glanced at my watch. 6:59. We should wait a little, David Reynolds said. Yes. Watch closely. I breathed in. The perfume reminded me of Martha's smile. I remembered her advice from 2017. Always keep dignity, she said. Emma squeezed my hand. I noticed a folded note sticking from my coat pocket. $30 inside. A small birthday gift she had left me. My eyes scanned Karen Whitman as she spoke to the valet. 45 years old. Her hair damp from rain. Dad, hurry up or miss it, she whispered, but not for me to hear. I noted the distance. 22 feet between us. I calculated her timing. Her voice carried over the puddles. I moved closer to the entrance. The hostess held the clipboard with both hands. Mr. Whitman, your daughter warned us, she said. You might make a scene at 7 o'clock. My fingers clenched. I counted the seconds. Emma watched from 3 feet behind me. My hands trembled. 2 short breaths. Then I straightened. I came to celebrate 70 years, I said. 1 table. That is all. The rain fell harder. 47 drops per minute on my umbrella. I noticed the host's eyes flicker. Karen laughed lightly, 22 steps away, voice clear. He thinks he can sit, she said. I inhaled sharply. 30 seconds to reaction, David murmured. Exactly. Wait. I glanced at the reservation card. Navy blue. Embossed in gold. Slightly bent corners. $45,000 in tuition I had paid quietly over 2 years. Emma's eyes wide. 12 years old. Grandpa, she whispered. Yes, I said. Everything will be fine. I counted the raindrops on the umbrella again. 85 per minute. Each one reminding me of Martha's lessons. 70 years, I whispered to myself. Today, the hostess hesitated. My heart pounded. 6:59. 5 seconds. I saw the slight nod from David. Emma clutched my hand. I walked forward, 3 steps. 4 feet from the door. A quick glance at Karen. She noticed nothing yet. I reached the table. 7:03 p.m. Waiter approached. This table, Mr. Whitman? Yes, I said calmly. I placed the card on the table. David whispered, Now, George. Let her see. Karen's smile faltered. Her hand twitched, 23 inches from the chair. Emma gasped softly. I inhaled again. Rain fell, each drop a pulse in my chest. It's just a table, Karen said. Nothing special. I set the card down. It's always more than it seems, I said. My voice steady. I counted the number of chairs. For empty spaces, just like every birthday past. My eyes scanned the ceiling, noticing 3 chandeliers reflecting light like 100 little mirrors. David whispered, Observe her reaction. Karen looked toward the manager, 7 feet away. I observed the exchange. Manager nodded slightly. My hand rested on the card, heavy with history. 3 short breaths. Then I noticed a text alert on my phone. From the restaurant. Reservation confirmed. Table ready. Birthday special $70 applied. My stomach tightened. The alert made sense. Karen's expression changed subtly. She frowned. What is this? She asked aloud. Emma's eyes widened, 12 years old. I smiled faintly. It's been prepared all along, I whispered to her. David leaned closer, whispering one. Last hint. She does not know you handled the tuition payments. $45,000 total. That is why the table is here. The rain had slowed to a drizzle as I followed Karen across the wet parking lot. My shoe squelched. Water seeped inside. 15 drops landed on my watch in 1 second. 6:59 p.m. I kept a distance of 20 feet behind her. She walked with a confident stride. Dad, hurry up, she called over her shoulder. We don't have all night. My hand brushed the scarf. Martha's lavender scent lingered. My fingers clenched. I counted 32 steps between us. Emma followed silently. 12 years old. She held my mitten. Is she serious? She whispered. Patience, I said. Just watch. The valet gave Karen a key card. 7:23 p.m. She handed it to the hostess. Manager nodded. Table 6, Karen said. Her voice carried through puddles. You'll see how it goes. I adjusted my coat. 8 ounces of water soaked into the sleeve. I focused on her movements. 33 seconds to the entrance. Karen spoke into her phone. Make sure he doesn't notice anything. I noted the angle. 45 degrees from my line of sight. I crouched slightly behind the curb. Emma whispered, Grandpa, what is she doing? Observing, I said. Watch the gestures. Karen paused. Looked at the menu board. 7 minutes and 12 seconds from our arrival. Manager scribbled something. Karen glanced toward me. I stayed calm. My heart thumped. 2 short breaths. I counted the lines on the parking lot. 28 white stripes. Her heels clicked. 4 inches per step. I timed the phone conversation. Exactly 1 minute and 43 seconds. Karen ended the call. Turned 27 degrees to the left. Dad, you think you can just watch? She muttered. I took 3 steps closer. My hand brushed the reservation card. Navy blue. Gold embossing. Slightly bent corners. 34 months of careful tuition payments flashed in mind. $45,000 quietly dispersed. Emma gasped. I inhaled sharply. David Reynolds' voice came over Bluetooth. Observe. Record every move. I nodded. I have the sequence, I whispered. The wind carried droplets, 7 per second, against my coat. Karen adjusted her scarf. 45 years old. Rain droplets glistened on strands of hair. She glanced back. Manager whispered something, not looking at me. I observed. Every micro-expression mattered. 30 seconds later, she stepped to the hostess. My thumb brushed the card, noticing the weight. 8 ounces of paper and ink. The hostess nodded. Karen smiled briefly. Table 6, right? She said aloud. Emma stepped closer. Grandpa now. Wait, I replied. Everything is calculated. She tapped the table 3 times. 7:02 p.m. Waiter approached. Karen spoke low, unseen. Make sure he does not realize. I stayed behind a trash can, wet and cold. 32 feet from the table. David whispered. Timing is everything. Watch her count. I glanced at my watch. 7:03 p.m. Karen pointed to the chairs. 4 empty spaces. He thinks it's nothing. My hands shook. Martha's scent filled my lungs. I held my breath. 3 short breaths. I noticed a text alert from the restaurant. Reservation confirmed. Birthday special $70 applied. Table ready. Emma blinked. 12 years old. Grandpa, she whispered. Patience, I said. I counted 32 seconds for her gaze to settle. David muttered. She does not know about the tuition. $45,000 over 24 months. Cliffhanger. The manager glanced at his tablet and said, Sir, the card shows every payment you made, all $45,000. It was nearly 7:10 p.m. when I stepped into David Reynolds' office. The hardwood floor creaked. My umbrella dripped 3 ounces of water onto the mat. I set the reservation card on his desk. Navy blue, gold embossing, slightly bent corners. George, I have the numbers, David said. He pointed to a spreadsheet. $45,000 in tuition payments over 24 months. 12 deposits exactly. Your granddaughter has been supported quietly, he added. I nodded. Martha's perfume lingered in my coat. Karen has been planning this for 2 years, David continued. Since 2022. That failed $200,000 business investment. She blames you. I inhaled sharply. My hands shook. 2 short breaths. And she wants control over family decisions, he added. Public image. Preemptive authority. I leaned over the desk. Observed each line of the spreadsheet. Emma whispered, Grandpa, is this all true? Yes, I said. Every dollar. Rain tapped on the window. 37 drops per minute. 7 years. 45 years of knowing you. This plan was deliberate, David said. I closed my eyes. 2 short breaths. Focused. Calculated. Now she is using the restaurant. Public humiliation. Timing precise, David continued. 6:55 to 7:03 p.m. Table 6. Exactly 4 chairs. 4 empty spaces. I looked at Emma. She was 12. Holding my mitten. Why didn't she tell me? She whispered. Because she assumed you would not notice, I said. Exactly. That is the leverage. David flipped to another tab. Notice the timestamps. Each deposit matches the tuition schedule. 24 months. $45,000 total. I observed Karen's expressions. 45 years old. Raindamp hair. 3 feet from the hostess. I will not confront, I whispered. Just observe. George, David said. Pay attention. Every gesture matters. Every whisper counts. I nodded. The screen displayed charts, dates, and amounts. $3,750 per semester. 9 semesters. I remembered Martha's advice. Sit with dignity. My fingers clenched the card. 2 short breaths. The spreadsheet showed hidden patterns. Karen's voice echoed faintly from the street. Dad, hurry up, she called. Do not waste time. I watched timestamps. 7:01 p.m. 35 seconds to the next movement. David whispered, This is her arrogance. Watch carefully. I leaned closer to the screen. Noted micro changes. 32 degrees, tilt of her head. Subtle frown. I counted her steps. 27 from valet to entrance. Emma's eyes widened. Grandpa, she whispered. What now? Observation first, I said. Manager entered the frame. Checked the reservation card. 7:02 p.m. Nods to Karen. Everything matches, he said. The payments, the schedule. $45,000. I felt a pang in my chest. Martha's perfume, 2 short breaths, reminded me of every lesson. David whispered last instructions. Record her. Capture every glance. Wait for the trigger. My thumb rested on the card. Navy blue. Gold embossing. Slightly bent corners. Emma's mitten in my hand. 12 years old. 3 seconds later, a text alert arrived. Reservation confirmed. Table ready. Birthday special applied. 7:03 p.m. I exhaled slowly. David leaned closer. Whispered, Karen does not realize her daughter's tuition payments reveal the leverage. $45,000 quietly paid. I looked up. My eyes caught Karen's reflection in the window. She smiled unaware. My mind calculated. I traced each step. 32 inches from manager to Karen. I noted her gestures. 3 rapid nods. The spreadsheet open. Numbers exact. Timing precise. The cliffhanger came from the manager, his voice firm. Sir, I just cross-checked all deposits. Every $45,000 paid is documented and traceable to your granddaughter's account. It was 7:15 p.m. when I sat in David Reynolds' office. The hardwood floor creaked under my shoes. Water dripped from my umbrella. My fingers clutched the reservation card. Navy blue. Gold. Embossing. Slightly bent corners. David pointed at the computer screen. George, look at the totals, he said. $45,000. $45,000 over 24 months. I inhaled sharply. My hands shook. 2 short breaths. Martha's perfume filled my coat. Every deposit matches the tuition schedule, David continued. 12 payments. Each exactly $3,750. I leaned closer to the screen. Emma whispered, Grandpa, all that money? Yes, I said. Rain tapped against the window. 39 drops per minute. Karen planned this for 2 years, David added. Since 2022. That $200,000 failed investment. She blamed you entirely. I closed my eyes. 2 short breaths. Focused. Calculated. And she wants control over the family, he said. Public image. Authority over decisions. I nodded. My mind mapped every event. 32 steps between valet and hostess. Karen glanced at the manager. 7:16 p.m. Her eyebrows lifted. She said quietly, Make sure he does not notice. I counted the chairs in the restaurant. For empty spaces. For chairs waiting for me. Observe her reactions, David whispered. Every gesture matters. I tapped the card. Slightly bent corners. Gold embossing. Navy blue. Emma's mitten in my hand. 12 years old. She breathed softly. I noticed Karen's posture. 45 years old. Rain dripping from her hair. 35 inches from manager to table. My thumb brushed the card. David leaned closer. She does not realize your tuition payments reveal leverage. $45,000 in total. I studied the screen. Timestamps precise. Every payment accounted for. $3,750 per semester. 9 semesters. Manager scribbled notes. Karen spoke softly. Dad, hurry up. Sit already. I inhaled again. Rain fell at 79 drops per minute. I felt my heart pounding. 2 short breaths. Patience, I whispered. Observe, calculate. David pointed at a chart. All deposits confirmed. Exact amounts, exact dates. You control the proof. I nodded. My fingers clenched the card again. 4 ounces of paperweight. Emma peeked from behind me. Grandpa, what happens next? Wait, I said. All in its timing. David whispered last instructions. Record every glance. Wait for the trigger. The manager turned to the tablet. His finger hovered over the screen. Sir, the system shows every $45,000 deposit tracked precisely to your granddaughter's account. It was 7:20 p.m. when Karen stepped forward at the Marlowe Bistro. She smiled. Too wide. 45 years old. Rain ran off her hair in 3 steady streams. Dad, you really think? You can sit there calmly, she said. All that money you managed, $45,000. Every deposit. I knew you would notice eventually. I held the card. Navy blue. Gold embossing. Slightly bent corners. My hand shook. 2 short breaths. I warned them. The staff. 7 times this week. I made sure you would be denied, she continued. All to see if you'd break. Did you? I observed. She laughed. $45,000. Emma's tuition. Paid secretly. I couldn't let anyone know. Her eyes flicked. Every semester. 9 payments. $3,750 each. I tracked them all. I knew exactly when the deposits hit. I breathed in sharply. Martha's perfume. 2 short breaths. And I planned the public humiliation tonight. 6:55 p.m. to 7:03 p.m. Timing perfect, Karen added. I even instructed the valet. 32 feet from the entrance. Every step calculated. You would notice nothing until it was too late. My fingers tightened on the card. I wanted control over the family. Not money alone. Authority over decisions. Image. Status. Your reactions. Priceless, she said. I watched every glance. Every whisper. 33 seconds between each subtle move, she whispered. And I knew the manager would follow instructions exactly. Table 6. For chairs. For empty spaces. 70-year milestone. Nothing could ruin it. Until now. I kept still. 2 short breaths. You miscalculated, Karen. Every number you thought hidden is known, I said. She blinked, then smirked, almost proud. I never expected you to notice the tuition schedules. $45,000. All documented. All traceable. All mine to control. Did you really think I wouldn't check? I nodded slowly. David Reynolds whispered over my shoulder. Observe her fully. This is the peak. Timing. Numbers. Gestures. I held the card firmly. Emma clutched my mitten. 12 years old. Rain fell at 83 drops per minute. You will not control the narrative anymore, I whispered. Karen's voice trembled slightly. You see, I orchestrated everything. Every $3,750 deposit. Each semester. All 9 of them. Every last one. I wanted this table empty. I wanted you humiliated. Do you understand now? Her words hung. Manager stepped closer. Check the card. Sir, the reservation confirms $45,000 in total tuition payments have been processed and verified. It was 7:25 p.m. when I stood up from the table. Rain had stopped. My umbrella leaned against the chair. Emma clutched my hand. 12 years old. I faced Karen Whitman directly. 45 years old. Dad, what are you doing? She asked. I smiled faintly. Finally sitting properly, I said. Watching. Observing. Counting. My fingers rested on the card. Gold embossing. Navy blue. Slightly bent corners. You think this is a game, Karen said. I tracked every payment. $45,000. Each deposit. Every semester. 9 total. $3,750 each. Did you think I wouldn't know? I kept calm. 2 short breaths. All calculated, I said. Every movement. Every glance. Timing perfect. 32 steps from valet to hostess. Table 6. For chairs. For empty spaces. 70-year milestone. Karen leaned forward. I even told the staff exactly what to do. 6:55 to 7:03 p.m. Table blocked until you arrived. Every detail monitored. Did you notice? I nodded slowly. Emma squeezed my hand. I inhaled sharply. 2 short breaths. Yes, I noticed, I whispered. Every one of your orchestrated gestures. Karen's voice faltered. You knew about the tuition. Every $3,750. 9 semesters. $45,000. I observed her eyes. Slightly damp from rain. Reflection in the window. I planned the humiliation. Every step. Every glance. I wanted to see your reaction. Do you understand now? She said. David Reynolds leaned close. Whispered, focus. Observe the arrogance. Numbers. Gestures. I kept my voice calm. Yes, I understand, I said. But observation is over. Action begins. Every detail recorded. Karen's hand shook slightly. You, she started. I instructed the valet. The manager. 7 people on staff. Every movement synchronized, she said. I nodded. And yet, you did not consider hidden leverage. $45,000 in tuition. 12 payments. Every one documented. I said. Karen opened her mouth. I knew you would notice eventually. That was the plan. Control. Authority. Image. Family decisions, she admitted. Emma whispered softly. Grandpa, what do we do now? I inhaled. 2 short breaths. We sit. We wait. We act strategically. Karen's eyes widened. You can't possibly, she said. I raised a finger. Observe. 33 seconds per glance. 32 inches from manager to you. Timing precise. All recorded. Every one of the 9 $3,750 payments logged. $45,000. The hostess cleared her throat. Manager glanced at his tablet. Sir, every deposit is verified and traceable. $45,000. All 9 semesters. 12 payments. Cliffhanger. Karen gasped, realizing the spreadsheet shows every action, every tuition deposit, and the exact dates of each, without any omission. It was 7:30 p.m. when Karen stepped forward, face flushed. Rainwater dripped from her hair. 45 years old. She crossed the floor. "Dad, I can explain everything," she said. "I tracked all the payments. $45,000. Every deposit. Every semester. 9 in total. $3,750 each. I thought you would never notice." I leaned back. 2 short breaths. My hands rested on the card. I instructed the valet. Manager. 7 staff members. Each movement coordinated. She continued. "I wanted to see your reaction. 60 seconds per glance. 32 feet from valet to table. Timing perfect." I observed quietly. Martha's perfume lingered. I told the hostess exactly what to say. 6:55 p.m. to 7:03 p.m. Table blocked. Chairs empty. I made it public humiliation. "Do you understand?" she said. "Yes," I replied. "I understand. But observation is over. Action begins." Karen's eyes widened. "You can't possibly," she began. I interrupted. "Every number you thought hidden. Every gesture you calculated. Known. Documented. $45,000. 9 payments. 12 months. All traceable." She faltered. "I wanted authority over the family. Control. Image. Decisions. Your reactions. Priceless," she admitted. I nodded. 2 short breaths. "But you did not anticipate leverage from unseen sources. $45,000. 12 deposits. 9 semesters. All recorded." Karen's voice quivered. "You noticed everything. All payments. 32 inches between manager and me. Timing precise. Every step monitored," she said. I leaned forward slightly. "Yes," I observed. "I acted strategically." David Reynolds whispered. "Watch her fully." Peak reached. Gestures. Timing. Numbers. I held the card. Navy blue. Gold embossing. Slightly bent corners. 32 steps. For chairs. For empty spaces. 70-year milestone. Observed. Calculated, I said. Karen's hand trembled. "You see, I never expected you to know about the tuition. $45,000. Every deposit. All 9 semesters. $3,750 each." I tracked them. My eyes met hers. 2 short breaths. Observation done. Action begins now, I whispered. Emma clutched my hand. 12 years old. "Grandpa, what do we do?" I said calmly. "We wait. Timing matters. Every detail counts. All recorded." Karen's lips quivered. I thought I controlled everything. $45,000. Every step. Every glance. Every second. All planned. "Did you see?" The manager cleared his throat. "Sir, the card confirms each deposit. $45,000. 9 payments. 12 months. All verified." Cliffhanger. David Reynolds tapped his tablet, saying, "Sir, Karen's account emails confirm she scheduled every payment to manipulate the staff and the timing perfectly." It was 7:35 p.m. when the restaurant manager stepped forward. My heart thumped. Rain had slowed. The floor was wet. I observed Karen Whitman, 45 years old. Her face pale. She whispered, "Dad, you can't do this. They will see." I remained calm. 2 short breaths. "I have every record," I said. "Every payment. $45,000. 9 deposits. 12 months. $3,750 each. Every one traceable." Karen's eyes widened. "You don't understand. I orchestrated everything. Every $3,750. 9 semesters. $45,000. Each step calculated. Every glance monitored. Timing perfect. You will never see it coming," she said. I leaned forward. Martha's perfume lingered. 2 short breaths. I held the reservation card. Gold embossing. Navy blue. Slightly bent corners. Your authority over the family. Control. Image. Decisive power. Priceless, Karen continued. I even told the staff exactly what to say. 6:55 to 7:03 p.m. Table blocked. For chairs. For empty spaces. 70-year milestone. Did you see? I nodded. Yes. Observed. Calculated. Every gesture. Every glance. 32 steps. 32 inches from valet to table. Timing precise. All recorded, I said. Karen's lips quivered. You noticed every deposit. $45,000. 12 payments. 9 semesters. Every single one. I thought you would never find out, she admitted. David Reynolds whispered over my shoulder. Peak reached. Observe fully. Gestures. Timing. Numbers. I looked at Emma. 12 years old. Clutching my mitten. Grandpa, what do we do next? I whispered, wait. Patience. Strategic action. Timing matters. Every detail counts. Karen's voice shook. I planned the public humiliation. All staff. 7 people. Every move synchronized. Do you understand now? I kept calm. Yes. Every number. Every gesture. Known. Documented. $45,000. 9 payments. 12 months. All traceable, I said. Karen's eyes widened. I cannot believe you, she began. I leaned forward slightly. Observation over. Action begins. Every detail known. Every step calculated. Timing precise. Table 6. For chairs. For empty spaces. 70-year milestone. All recorded, I whispered. Manager cleared throat. Check the tablet. Sir, every deposit confirmed. $45,000. 9 payments. 12 months. All traceable. Verified, he said. Cliffhanger. A text alert buzzed from the restaurant system, showing Karen herself scheduled each payment on the exact date and time to manipulate the staff and seating, all $45,000, without exception. It was 7:45 p.m. when I finally sat down with Emma and David Reynolds. Rain had stopped completely. The streetlights reflected off puddles. I took a slow breath. Grandpa, everything is okay now? Emma asked softly. Yes, I said. $45,000. Every payment documented. 9 semesters. 12 deposits. She blinked. 12 years old. Her eyes wide. David leaned back. You did it strategically. Every detail perfect. Timing precise. I looked around the restaurant. For chairs. For empty spaces. Table 6. 70 years of life, reflected in every measured movement. It was never about humiliation, I whispered. It was about understanding. Learning. Seeing truth. Karen Whitman stood quietly. 45 years old. Rain still glistening in her hair. She avoided my gaze. I realize now, she said. Every $3,750 deposit. Each semester. All tracked. I misjudged you. I underestimated your observation. $45,000 total. And I exposed myself in front of everyone. I nodded slowly. 2 short breaths. Martha's perfume lingered. Every gesture calculated. Every glance anticipated. Every move monitored. I miscalculated timing. 32 steps. 32 inches from valet to table. And I am accountable, Karen admitted. David whispered. Observe how the environment shifted. Numbers. Timing. Gestures. I watched staff reactions. 3 short breaths. Every micro-expression mattered. Everything is verified, the manager said. $45,000. 9 payments. 12 months. All documented and traceable. I smiled faintly. Martha's advice echoed. Dignity endures. Patience rewards. Observation informs action. Emma leaned on my arm. Grandpa, will she understand now? Perhaps, I said. Perhaps not. But clarity exists. Truth stands. Control cannot override facts. Rain-soaked umbrellas lined the entrance. 33 minutes passed since we arrived. Reflection in windows caught every subtle shift. I placed the reservation card carefully on the table. Gold embossing. Navy blue. Slightly bent corners. This is how things unfold, I whispered. Numbers never lie. Timing never falters. Actions reveal intent. Karen shifted. Silence fell. I looked at Emma. 12 years old. Her small hand clutched mine. David adjusted his jacket. The verification logs are all in, he said. Every tuition deposit. $45,000. 9 payments. 12 months. And each staff confirmation is time-stamped precisely. I exhaled slowly. 2 short breaths. Justice is measured, not rushed. Clarity emerges when patience governs. Actions matter more than words. Cliffhanger. My phone buzzed with an alert from the school accountant, showing the full list of $45,000 of tuition payments, now cross-referenced with timestamps, and marked Karen as the approver for every transaction.